Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Adventure Island. After just 2 videos, we've made it to the very last stretch of the game, and it's time to get this show on the road. Round 5-1 is going to have a ton of ice physics. We will be dealing with a lot of penguins and a lot of spear-throwing guys. Penguins are the bigger threat here because they will come at you from behind. But you should be able to take care of them with these if you have this level memorized. And there are the first of the spear-throwing guys. Gonna skip the skateboard again because extra hit, but I have no control of whether or not I go forward. And I know you can jump over that axe, but unfortunately I managed to hit it and I had to run around with it for a while. Thankfully, there is a boomerang that I can take right here. And I can use it to get rid of the guy with the shield as soon as he attacks. And then I can use it to get rid of the rest of the penguins that are coming after me. After grabbing those fruit, might as well go ahead and grab the rest of the stuff that's here and take out the last 2 enemies, and then there's the goal. We are now at the castle where Dark Cloak lurks. And it's just going to get a little nastier from here. Round 5-2 is a rather dark hallway where you take out candles and those little jumping skulls with the one eye. Thankfully, those are the only 2 enemies that are here. You do have a little bit of vision, but that's all you're going to be able to see in full color. If your monitor is bright enough, you'll be able to see all the stuff that's ahead of you a little better. The game does give you concessions on that. It is rather generous on the difficulty here. You also have spike pits in this area as well, and thankfully, as long as you don't slip off the platforms while trying to jump over them, it shouldn't be too hard to jump over those spike pits. Thankfully, they're not very wide, so they shouldn't give you any trouble at all, really. And judging by the pineapple and kiwi there, we should be close to the end at that point. And those 4 pineapples signify that we are at the very end of the stage. So let's go ahead and grab the goal before we lose any more stamina and fail to get the max bonus. Round 5-3, it does become bright again, but it isn't any easier because 1, you're forced to grab this axe, and 2, you're going to have to deal with these little jumping black blobs again. Thankfully, the axe makes it a little easier to fight these guys off anyway, and by the time you get the boomerang back, they'll barely show up in large numbers. Also, the drop-off after the boomerang does not have any surprise spike pits, so don't worry about that. Just feel free to drop down when you reach that point. And after this point, you're going to be seeing moving platforms, more of those floating dragon heads, and you will have to alternate between left and right. Right here are some hidden fruits which you can find with your weapon. And there is a bonus star here, but before I grab it, I want to take care of this floating head, so that way it doesn't strike me when I try to grab it. This is probably amongst the easier stars to find. And the path to getting all the stars and moons and suns is a bit complex, but once you're able to do it, you'll be able to get everything and grab the extra life. I'm just managed to luck out there. The enemies don't respawn unless you go enough off screen. So I'm going to respawn all this stuff here and get the hidden fruits again. So that way, in case I manage to mess up, they won't surprise show up on me. Now it's time to take on the platforms. And thankfully I was able to avoid 1, grabbing that axe, and 2, getting hit by that candle enemy, and 3, getting hit by that floating head. And at this point, we should be very careful and very patient, not because of the platforms, because of the enemies that will be waiting for us as well. You can tell by the music in this section, as well as round 5-2, that the game's music takes a turn towards a little darker territory, but not too much. I actually kind of like that, to be honest. More hidden fruit here. Let's go ahead and grab that stuff. Those little red X's to the right are spikes that I definitely do not want to land on. So let's take care not to do that as we go onto these platforms, which thankfully is a little easier than you would expect. When you get on this platform and make your way to the top, face to the right, so that way you'll be a little better prepared to take on that floating head that awaits us up there. And at this point, we should be near the end. There's another boomerang if you so want it. You don't need to destroy that last floating head before you touch the goal, but I recommend doing it anyway in case it manages to touch you before you hit the goal, because you definitely don't want to restart this level ever again. And round 5-4 has Dark Cloak. You'll definitely want to pound him with your weapon, and he has 3 attacks. The first one, he shoots out these little balls that will try to petrify you. If you do get petrified, break 3 by hitting the buttons as fast as possible. When he runs towards you, if he doesn't jump when he's nearby, jump over him and then keep hitting him with your weapon. If he does, don't jump along with him. Instead, just stand still and reposition yourself whenever necessary, and he should be able to jump clear over you every single time. That was just Dark Cloak's first form. This is the second one. And we can't hit him with our weapon at all. That's as far as we can go. But when he stomps on the bridge here, it seems to turn it different colors. Here it goes from dark yellow to bright yellow to red. You actually want to give yourself some room, and you want to move out of the way as soon as he moves towards you. You'll want at least 6 or 7 red blocks in a row, and you'll want to stand on those. When he leaps towards you when you're standing on those, move out of the way, and when he lands on the bridge, those little blocks that make up the bridge will come down, and he'll fall into the lava along with them. Pretty much like Bowser from Super Mario Bros. 3. And with that, Tina is no longer a stone statue, and Higgins and Tino go back to what they were doing, just not on higher ground anymore. And that's it for Super Adventure Island. Unremarkable game, very simple one, but if you need an introduction to the Adventure Island series that isn't the 1987 original for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and you want an easier game in the series, this is quite possibly your best bet. Other than that, that's pretty much all the game really is. Just a introduction or reintroduction to the Adventure Island series. And with that, that'll wrap up this Let's Play. Hopefully, I'll have another Let's Play at the ready soon. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and see you guys later.